92.7 WOBM, Shawn Michaels with another edition of Studio Sessions. And today we are joined by artists, local Jersey Shore artists, Sue Pullen and Brian Herring, here to talk about new music they've put together. Sue Pullen's latest EP is out. It's called Level 6.0. She's going to tell us about that project. And of course, she is backed by her pianist, Brian Herring, who's also played on the album, backing vocals and so forth, putting it together. Sue and Brian, good morning and welcome to WOBM Studio Sessions.
Good morning, Shawn.
Good morning. Good to be here.
Good, great. Well, let's begin, Sue, by talking about music. I mean, how did you end up, you live here in Toms River, right? You're a local resident.
Yep, Bayville. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you work here in Toms River.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. How did you get into music? I mean, is this something you started years ago in school, or how did it all, come about?
Well, when I was a kid, my brother had a band in the basement, and that kind of started it all. And then we had the good fortune of moving down here to Ocean County, and I had an amazing music instructor at Central named Ray Alptoff, and he just taught all the fundamentals and the love of music, and really got me very involved in it.
Very nice. Now, Brian, how did you get involved in music? Now, you're going to be sort of, from the instrumental part of things here. You're going to be, playing piano here today for us. How did you get involved in music?
I started out playing saxophone when I was in grade school, so about age 10, and then kind of got the bug and wanted to play as many instruments as I could get my hands on. So parents had a piano in the house, started to teach myself, ended up wanting to go to school for it, and now I'm here.
Very nice. Now, how did Sue, how did you meet Brian? How did this, collaboration come about?
Well, I did a lot of choral music singing, and I was looking for an instructor, and I just kept bouncing around instructor to instructor, and mostly it was Broadway and choral music, and then I met Brian. now it's a whole other thing.
Very nice, very nice. Now, you have an EP.
Yes.
Is that what we call it? What do we call a shorter version CD?
It is an EP. Yes,
a CEP, or
I think it's just an EP, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, it's called Level 6.0.
That's correct.
What does that mean? Because folks who are, tuning in are saying, okay, what is Level 6.0 all about?
It's the year I turned 60.
Ah.
We finished it the year I turned 60.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So Level 60 is what it's all about.
Right.
Now, it's interesting because the cover of this is an X-ray,
Yes,
and it looks like there's a cardiogram or something going on here.
Sir.
Give me a little background, because you talk about this, and it's part of what the music is about, right?
Yes, sir. Well, 60 was a big year for me. I had a condition that caused my heart to go into ventricular tachycardia, and they worked on it for over 10 years to try to correct it, and they weren't able to. And finally, the technology got to a place where they were able to correct it, and that all happened almost at the same time we finished the EP. They corrected my heart. I no longer go into tachycardia. The music came together, and it just seemed like the right way to label the EP.
So there's something behind it there with
Yes,
all
sir.
that. There's something behind it.
Yeah, coming into my heart is my bad heart rate, and coming out is a normal one.
I see. Yes, if you see the EP.
Yeah.
Now, where can folks get the EP at?
There's a company in Pennsauken called Disc Makers, and we had them made there.
Okay, all right. So they just contact disc makers. So you want Sue Pullen, Level 6.0?
Well, they can get they're the ones that manufactured it. But you can hear us. We're on SoundCloud. We're on Spotify. We're on
Bandcamp, I think also.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're on Bandcamp. We're on most of the major music channels.
Different platforms, right?
Platforms, yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. And locally here, there are opportunities to get the EP?
Yeah, we have physical copies, and we're actually just about to run out, so we're about to order more, which is always exciting that there was enough demand to run out in the first
Where do you
place.
go, Brian, to get the physical copy of the EP that you want to get your hands on, if you want to do that?
Contact us directly, and you can leave us a note on Bandcamp. There's a contact function,
Okay.
and we'll be able to get in touch and get
Very good.
an EP in your hands.
Very good. Excellent. So now you're going to do 2 songs for us today. What's the first song you're going to do?
The first one is
It's
Isn't that crazy? All I want to be. That's what it is. Yeah.
It's a surprise.
You caught us off guard. I was like, wait, what?
All I Want to Be. If you could, real briefly, what's that song all about?
Just about being in love and finding the place where you want your heart needs to be.
Very good. And what is the other song you're going to do for us?
It's called While I Remember You.
Now, you told me this was your favorite song on the EP?
It truly is.
And why is that?
It has a lot of meaning, and it shows our growth through our writing process. Brian and I write together.
Okay.
And it just really shows our growth through our writing process.
Excellent. All right. Well, listen, we're going to sit back. We're going to let Sue get ready here along. It is Sue Pullen along with Brian Herring, and they're going to be performing a couple of songs for us. Don't forget to check them out. Bandcamp, that's the best place to go, Brian, right?
Yes.
And just put in Sue Pullen.
Yep.
There you go.
SUEPULLEN.
Very good.
And you might have to put in level 6.0 because that's a very common name, believe it or not.
Very nice.
So.
And we'll be back with more studio sessions with Sue and Brian on WOBM.